Hello, Strategic You family. We're here once again with our dear friend Julia Petit, who is going to talk to us a little bit more about toxicity in our homes and using essential oils, all natural products that will help us get away from that so that we can make sure that our ADHD homes are fully non toxic. Hi, Julia.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Thanks for being here. So, from my understanding today, we're going to be talking a little bit about seasonal allergies because we're in that time frame of seasonal allergy time coming up. And what
Yeah.
else?
So I think that we were gonna talk a bit about seasonal threats and what we can do about them, and also some about the what we could do for energy and stamina.
Oh, yay. This is very important because I know one of the big things that can be a fight in our home with my teenager is energy drinks. And we've all seen all of the dangers in the warnings, as of lately with those energy drinks. So I am looking forward to this conversation.
Yes, yes, it can be a challenge for a lot of people, not just people with ADD, ADHD, but um, for run-of-the-mill Joe down the street can have a
Yeah.
hard time with that as well. So it's good to have an
Very true.
alternative.
Yes, absolutely. So let's start then with those seasonal threats.
Yeah. So my main go-to for for people who deal with, things in the air, the pollen, whatever that gets your body overreacting to all of those things is a product called Tri-Ease, and this is just a capsulated um, few drops of lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And you can totally do this just with the bottles of lemon, lavender, and peppermint too. And some people do that. They'll put it maybe in a shot glass of water, just like a little bit of water to get it down, or they'll drop it straight under their tongue, or they'll put it in some honey, especially if it's, a younger child that you're trying to help breathe
Mm,
easy in
That's,
these times where it's more difficult to breathe or not have the itchy nose, watery eyes.
that's
Then
smart too, because you
in
think
honey is
about
a good one.
the, you were going to say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying it's good, a good way to get it into small kids because then it makes it, covers the flavor a little bit because peppermint can be kind of strong. And it also helps to dilute it a little bit. Honey is actually a little bit of a dilutant, whereas water is not. Water spreads, honey dilutes, just like a carrier oil would.
And I know back in the day too, when we lived near each other, we were big on giving the honey from our area to kids for that reason, for
Yes.
allergens
Oh, that's a
too.
great point.
And the pollen, right?
Yes.
Because I just picked
Yes.
some up
Because if you
this
can
week.
get honey, especially from a local source that is not pasteurized, that's very important.
Hmm.
Then, then that's even just a little bit of honey every day can be beneficial because it just gives your body a little bit of pollen at a time, basically is
Hmm.
what it does. And then your body doesn't overreact because that's the problem. It's just you go out into the the fresh air that's, as spring is springing and it's
Yeah.
full of pollen and full of seeds and all these lovely smells, and your body can sometimes just overreact. And then because it's getting all of these senses at once, it just tries to to block all the things. So I mean, if you think about it, if you smell something and your body doesn't like it, then what's the most natural thing to do? Plug your
Yeah.
nose. And so that's where you get that like stuffy nose because your body's literally just trying to plug
Naturally trying.
your nose. Anyway, it's so
That's
funny
so fun.
the way it works.
Well,
But yeah, but those the oil blends and the raw honey, those are really great. And if you don't want to take something internally, then you can, a lot of people have good success using a blend of frankincense and melaleuca and lavender. Tea tree. It's Melaleuca alternifolia is the Latin name, and
Hmm.
I'm just kind of used to calling it that. It's also common name is tea tree. So, uh, tea tree and lavender and frankincense, and you roll it around your ears and on the back of your neck, and also
It helps.
using the blend breathe helps.
Mm, I love birds. Yes.
so so those are some good options, but my favorite just kind of easy one is the Tri-Ease because it's already in a
Hmm.
capsule for all of us with busy lives. Sometimes it's
That's,
easier to say, hey, take this than it is to
I
be
agree.
like, oh, here, let me drop these in your mouth. So,
Yeah.
and they're a great alternative to, or even side by side with other kind of over the counter antihistamines and stuff like that. They don't they don't fight each other. You can use them at the same time even, but I know several people who've been able to just switch completely over to the more natural side, and that's a huge benefit because especially for those dealing with struggle focusing or struggle with alertness and stuff like that already, antihistamines can cause drowsiness and all of those things. So that doesn't really help someone who's already having a hard time with those things. And
Hmm.
the nice thing with essential oils is you don't necessarily have side effects, you just have side benefits. If you might find that it's not quite doing what you thought it would do, but it's doing something else good. Oh, well, I was thinking that it would do this, but it actually helped me with this other thing. So yeah,
Very good point. Very good point.
yeah,
And bringing that up too, because of course, focus can be for certain types of ADHD one of the biggest factors. And I know for me, when I was on allergy medicine and not on an all natural, Tri-E supplement is what I take as well for my seasonal allergies, I would be so exhausted. Like
yeah.
it really, I could not do them. They would knock me out for 12 hours, no problem. Benadryl does the same for me. I'm just very sensitive to that stuff. And then I eventually got to the point, with antihistamines, which this, to where unfortunately I had one of the worst side effects you could, which was my bladder just stopped working. It would not work. And fortunately for us, and here's the funny story, guys. I was in Hawaii on a vacation when this happened and pregnant, might I add. Um, it was awful. It was awful. Yes, the worst time for your bladder to stop working. Um, definitely flying back with a catheter was no fun. So, TMI for everybody else. But hey, whatever. We're all family here, right? So, um, that I know I'm one of those rare cases, with that situation. But I do know that for my son, who does focus or struggle with focus, excuse me, um, that is a very important
Yeah.
benefactor of having a natural way to help him with his seasonal allergies.
The reason that it does that is because the oils are actually kind of working synergistically with your body. They're not forcing you to do something, whereas the medications, they only have kind of one job and they do that job really well.
Hmm.
And so like they will stop your mucous membranes from producing, and
Yeah.
it will do what it was. And but sometimes you don't need that like blunt force, and you can work with your body and just kind of gently coax it into being more okay with the outside world.
Yeah. Yeah. They can really definitely be lifesavers. So
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Okay. Well, we know about seasonal threats and how we can help with those and seasonal allergies. What
Yes.
else do you have when it comes to the energy and stamina?
Yeah, so again, there are just so many different ways to support someone, and it can be kind of tricky to because not everyone responds, especially people with ADD and ADHD don't always respond in the same manner. But the my two favorite things for that would be the adaptive, and these are again capsules, which makes it kind of easy, and the Mito 2 Max. So the Mito 2 Max is meant for more energy and just like an all day kind of focusing and stamina type thing. There are a
Low
lot of
base.
things that are supporting the mitochondria and the circulatory system and adaptogens. That's basically what this is. And you don't get that like energy buzz, but you do get more of kind of an all day like, oh, I'm feeling fine. I can keep going, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what Mindo 2 Max does. And then adaptive is the other one. And it has, again, a lot of adaptogens, which both of these have adaptogens, but they, it also has, what is it called? It is called gamma aminobutyric. I think that has an R in there, acid. And that's what helps your body produce GABA. And so I don't know if you're familiar with GABA, but it's
I am.
like
Very
really
important.
helpful for the brain.
ADHD.
Yeah, exactly. And so a lot of uh I just wasn't sure because we've not ever talked about it, but
No,
but I
but it
know
is
that
very important for it.
yeah,
It's something
exactly.
in my own research, yeah,
Yeah.
that I found. Yeah.
And the awesome thing about this form is because it's a natural form, your body does not necessarily, it's not habit forming. And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if you're using GABA and also it often is in conjunction with what is it called? Serotonin inhibitors. I have not quite the right name, but anyway, it inhibits serotonin and serotonin uptake inhibitor. There we go. Uptake.
Yeah.
I missed the uptake. And because they're often combined together, you'll have to just kind of keep increasing the dose because your body will start to kind of get used to it and then start producing more serotonin. And anyways, this like teeter-totter effect, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And but because this is a natural form, it doesn't do that. And so it's not habit forming. And most of the time, people will just do two of these, like one in the morning and then one in the afternoon for
Right.
just kind of an all day calming effect. I have spoken with people who actually do as many as four in a day, but that was, you know, not as common. But again, it's it's great because you can do that and it's not going to be harmful to you, and you can just kind of listen to your body and figure out, okay, what do I need? And so this is less um of a energy person, but and more of like an emotional balance and focusing sort of thing. And
Yeah.
so it has a bunch of botanicals and then also essential oils mixed all together in this. And there's also a an adaptive blend that is all essential oils. So this has the same essential oils, maybe minus one, and then this has. And so but this one also has some botanicals. And so this one is not meant for internal use. This is meant for diffusing or um, putting in a rollerball bottle and, you know, putting it on the back of your neck or on your temples, on your pulse points and all of that. And so it really just helps with that emotional response, but also because it helps to balance the emotions, it can help with focus and it can help with energy. And this deals more with the limbic system side of things, which is that kind of, they call it the lizard brain. It's your like initial response to things, is that's your limbic system at work. And then this one is more kind of your neurological system. So
Hmm.
anyway, that's kind of a bit of the difference between those, but those are my favorites. And a lot of people with ADHD will take both of these, or they'll just take one. And so you kind of have to sort of figure it out, like what your body is needing and what your response is to each of them. Oh, but one thing I was going to say is it's not just great for ADD and ADHD. I feel like when I talk to moms, especially, because that's my world.
Oh, don't forget dads, because I don't mean to interrupt, but I will tell you that my husband absolutely loves Mito 2 Max.
Oh, amazing. That's great. I love hearing that. But I I like to remind parents to take care of themselves as well, because sometimes we can just be so focused on trying to find the thing that helps, our child. and and this is adaptive and Mito 2 Max are two of the ones that I'm like, okay, but you need this too. Like, get it for them, but also for you, because
Yeah,
um, you need that energy to just keep pressing on, and you need that just kind of emotional stamina as well, so that you're not as heightened all the time, as things are going on. So,
I
yeah.
know I love adaptive in my baths.
Oh yes, it is just delightful at the end of a day. Epsom salts and adaptive in the bath. Yes, absolutely.
One of my favorites. And so we come and we talk to, I mean, I bring Julie on, I should say, to talk to you about this specific stuff because, there's so much research out there right now about the toxicity in homes and how much that really does affect the brain. It affects, excuse me, development, and it affects us with our energy and stamina too. So I trust doTERRA a lot because they do third-party testing. I'm very picky now with a lot of what we've, been through about what I do bring in our home. I didn't used to be that way. It's just something that I've decided to be very picky about in our house because of a lot of the different things that we've dealt with. So I really just feel it's beneficial to have her here on our network because she knows a lot more than just doTERRA. She's like a walking encyclopedia, something I've told her many times, which she laughs at me for, but she is of, just natural living and, herbal everything. And so that is why I bring her on here to share with you guys. And I know that because she trusts doTERRA, that it's an extremely trusting company. It is not to sell any of you on anything. It is simply, this is a company that we know and trust does have all natural supplements that are non-toxic and do all of the third-party testing for that. So I wanted to be sure to mention that. It's not a sales pitch. It's an option. It's an option for you if you would like to take it. So with that being said, any closing notes, Julia?
Well, the only thing I would add is, if you're not testing, you're guessing. That's what I like to just kind of remind myself of when I'm thinking, oh, but maybe this would work as well, or maybe that would work as well. And if you want to guess, go ahead, But if you want to know for sure, then I would, I would choose doTERRA. That's why I choose
Yes.
doTERRA.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, thank you for coming on with us again. And family, if you have any questions for her after this, feel free to stay on and ask. And for those of you that are watching the recording, feel free to go on to the community hub and ask any questions on there, and she will be able to answer back within her office hours. Please keep in mind that she is in Dubai, so her office hours are going to be different than the rest of ours here in America. Thank you again for your time. And
Yes,
we're going to go ahead and stop the recording.
always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And take some questions. Bye, guys, for now.